Yo, how you guys doing today? Kaido here with a really cool video. Pretty cool, I would say. Um, so in this game, it's T1 versus BLG, Game 5, MSI. It's not finals or anything, but some would say it's like similar to finals, just because of the players, the teams. Like they're really good. And I'm just have a notepad here just to like talk about something. And June, which is the jungler on BLG, who's a very good player. He also is a Kindred player. Other Kindred players are like Milky Way, that are from the LPL. Got like Pyoshik from Korea. These are some Kindred players that actually will play champion competitive, and they have the balls to, And of course, like other junglers can quote unquote play Kindred, but June, Milky Way, Pyoshik, these are junglers. They are exceptionally good as a champion. Like they are very good mechanically. They know how to like pretty much min-max the champ as well as they can, or as well like probably one of the best in the world. And playing in a more competitive setting is definitely harder than it is in solo queue. Well, it could be easier, it could be harder. It kind of depends on the draft. But yeah, in this game, so the draft started off with Rumble 1P, pretty much chill. Trondo. So when I was like watching this live, because I watched pretty much every MSI game live, just for like the passion of the game. This is a very free matchup for Kindred. It's free scaling. Trondo cannot really punish you, and you always will win your 1v1 pretty much, as long as he doesn't randomly choose you, which is pretty easy to play around in general. And they picked more shooter champs, and then they're picking the draft. Then they finally get Ash Seraphine, so this is already a good sign that I knew, oh, he can play Kindred here, and I feel like they should ban it. So you're gonna see that later in this draft, they're gonna ban Zinzao and Pantheon, and you're probably wondering like, well, if they know he's a Kindred player and it's also good into Trondo, like why are they banning these champions? Well, these champions are really good with Ash and Seraphine because they want someone who can play pretty much frontline. But it doesn't mean like you need to. I do think like I feel like you should ban Kindred. Maybe like don't ban Panth. Maybe just I don't think you should ever give Zin, even though it's good for Trondo in this matchup. Just because like it's really broken with these champs. Like it doesn't matter if you're hard losing in 1v1, if you just survive to one item and just like play for your Ash Seraphine, your game, you should like pretty much auto win the draft. The Zinzao will not die with the Seraphine Ash behind them. So yeah, I feel like it should be Kindred over the Pantheon ban. But they didn't, whatever. Maybe like next time they go into a BO5, maybe they ban the Kindred when they know it could be good. And then here, this 3 core is some of the best champions you can have at Kindred. You have Enchanter, you have utility 80 carry, especially the best utility 80 carry, if anything, because of Hawk Shots, Ash Ult, good laning, especially with Seraphine. And then you have one of the best pairings with the Kindred. Some other notable pairings that you can play with this champion is Galio, Syndra, Rise is like okay if the draft is good. What's another one? Orion is like kind of trash, I would say. Let me think real quick. I need to pull up champions because I can't just remember them all from the top of my head. Annie is not bad. What else? TF is okay. And yeah, Lissandra is like okay. Those champs are like, I'm naming some like mediocre champs. But yeah, the best champs are these: Galio, Syndra, Annie, Rise. Like you want to have these champions pretty much, and then you want to have either Engage or you want to have Enchanter on your team. Usually your top laner can be the Engage, just because it's really easy to draft Engage. But in this case, like they don't. But it doesn't really matter because blue side team has very low engage. Like Talia Wall, Trundle, like these champs, like they're not serious to engage. And then you can see he overs Viego. Viego is also not bad here. It is lower cap than Kindred. And then it could be a decent Kha'zix game. Kha'zix is also really good here for these champions, but you know, a Kindred angle is a Kindred angle. Like Kindred is really insane here, and you can play for early invades too. And certain things to talk about on this champion, on this channel, is, you know, first, your game plan, right? So your game plan should always be hit 4 marks and hit first item. Like these are 2 things that are very important on Kindred. Also, I mean like first item on time, like you're not behind. And these, like having a good first 8 to 10 minutes can, you know, dictate the game tempo later on, whether or not you are able to actually hard carry the game. Sometimes it does rely on like kind of RNG, because if you don't get the first mark, it does like you can't snowball as hard. But if you do get the first mark, you can snowball the game extremely hard. And ways you can play this champion, you know, you can full clear, you can invade. Invading will always be the best thing you can do, just because you will have more control of when their camps spawn. Because if you do end up getting the first mark or early mark in general, and you know you can play for X camp and you're on tempo for them, it's really easy to set that up with your team, especially Raptor invades, to where you are able to get marks, which happens in this game. And this is something I always talk about when I try to teach this champion in general in my coaching sessions, in my YouTube videos as much as I can. You know, since day one, since I started making YouTube content, especially on Kindred, like, and I think people don't realize that like I'm kind of like speaking the Bible on this champion, because a lot of things I have said on this champion are being done in this game specifically. Jun is playing the exact same, because like in general, like, you know, jungle to me it's like a solve role. You kind of know, like if you talk to multiple good challenger junglers, they will usually come to the same conclusion on the play, etc. So like Kindred in itself is a very simple champion. You just want to hit your spikes, whether it's by full clearing, by invading, you know, you can accelerate your game by a lot, and then playing for objectives, and then eventually you just want to group. A lot of people, when they play Kindred, they're like, Kaido, how do I play the mid game? Like I don't know what to do. I can't like play the game. You know, like people don't group. Well, you should just go group with your team. Wherever your balling goes, you should group with them. If you want to group with your top laner, you group with the top laner. Usually you will group with either your top laner or your ball lane most of the time, because usually a top laner will usually have CC, and your ball lane will have utility in some kind of case a lot of the time, and you can help them. Sometimes it might be your mid laner too. And you're going to see in this game, because I know exactly what happens in this game, because I watched the whole thing, he is literally grouping with his ball lane the whole game, because that is what Kindred does. You're a marksman champion, so you want to group. You don't want to play by yourself. You play by yourself in the early stages, and sometimes you use Prado to get leads, to push leads, because that's just how jungle works. It works on like that on every single champion, pretty much in the jungle. But once you get into the mid game, Kindred specifically, you're not an assassin. You don't play by yourself. You play with your team. You play with your supports a lot. You play with your mid a lot. These are 2 roles that matter the most when you play Kindred. So let's get into this game. I'll talk you through the game in general. That was the wrong one. So I'm going to skip to when the game starts. So let's play Kindred. Yeah. The Goats, T1 versus BLG. Probably one of the best like BO5s that I watched. It was very like fun to watch. And you're gonna see here, they're playing for level 1 invade. How come they're playing for this invade? Well, one, they're stronger level 1 on ball lane. Mid is actually a favorable matchup for them. They actually have both winning mid and bots. The only time their like T1 ball lane can actually play the game realistically is at level 6, and they flip an all in. That's literally the only time. It's similar to like Zero Yumi lane. I can't think of any other lane for some reason, but like Zero Yumi lane's like that. Uraru lane is like that too in these kind of matchups. Ash Seraphine will usually dictate the lane pretty much the whole lane phase unless they are bad in this lane. And for mid, Syndra should be winning / even throughout the whole early game, because Syndra is just a really strong champion currently. And again, one of the best pairings. Also, Knights and Junes, these 2 champions are their signature champs. He's a Kindred player, and Knight is a really good, really good Syndra player. And can't see the minimap right now, but he is starting his red buff. This helps him dictate, you know, the camps, and he will have more control on invades later on. So, can I speed up? I mean, I have to hold space, I think. So, he plays with red buff, they're laning, we see the skins, and You see that Chondo knows, well, he kind of guessed it because Kindred didn't really show till now on this Raptor board. Toronto kind of guessed it that he would invade, and it's very natural for this to happen when you're playing competitive, because when you do have strong lanes like Ash Seraphine, usually as a jungler, you kind of think, okay, can Jungle invade that side because he's strong on that side, you know? And like on blue team right now, their early game strength, their Nara is pretty strong early, their mid is even, their ball is losing. On red team, top is like whatever, even slash losing. Jungle is winning, mid is slightly winning, and bot is hard winning. So he should play towards bot side. He should either clear down, or he should do what he's doing right now, invade his bot side, because he is stronger. If he found Trundle here, he will do completely fine in the 1v1, because he will slowly push him out, because he is a ranged champion versus a melee champion. And so now he does the Raptors, and he doesn't know that they know that he's here, but, he just plays the camps. He thinks about diving their bot. He doesn't mind split map. It's actually, if anything, it is good, because Rumble doesn't mind being weak-sided, and it feels bad that Inara, Lulu has to play the lane someone safe. They can never really trade. And maybe red side ball in, so Ash Seraphine can get CS leads to where they have better item buzz, to where, they will start winning the lane slowly throughout the game, or throughout the lane phase. Because for laning, Tilly does have a bit of early push, just because she uses her pots and just forces the push. So right now in this game state, Kindred started his bot side and went to his jungle. Trundle did blue into his top side, and Kindred knows this because he has the ward. So when this happens, you know exactly when each camp is going to spawn, pretty much. And the goal of this invade is to come out with an extra camp or two, most likely. Because Kindred as a champion is stronger at level 3 over a lot of champions. Level 4, it depends, but versus Trundle, it's pretty easy to play against just because you can queue over the pillar. So right now, this June is for sure thinking about, he needs to play for the Raptor invade, which will happen very soon, in like a minute. And so you want to clear very fast, you don't want to waste time. You want to play for the Raptor invade. When you play for Raptors, you want to re-invade it again. So you will communicate with your team, I want to play for this, so they will prep their lanes for it. Now, once you get this first market as Kindred, this is the best thing to happen, especially in competitive, in an invade type game, is now you will play, the Raptor camp will mark, always. It will always mark this Raptor camp. To me, when I saw this, initially, when I was watching the game, I was like, holy shit, his game is so good. Because his team is stronger at playing the Raptor with Seraphine, Ashe, and Syndra than blue side team. Blue side team is really easy to outplay, and also they're outranged by red side champs. And remember, red side ball-in is dictating your lane, so it's hard for blue team ball-in to move in general. So now he's basing, and he's going to run straight to his Raptor camp. See, everyone's TPing. He's going to Triforce this game. It's standard to go Triforce. You can go Kraken. I've seen him go Kraken too. But, Triforce is very nice in this type of game because he has no frontline. And I've said it before that if you have no frontline and you want to be someone tanky, you should go Triforce or you should go Green Smite. Either or is fine, or you can do both. But Red Smite is really OP on Kindred because you can get you get the slow on them and you can keep chasing them down with autos. It does a good amount of damage, and sometimes you can poke them out with W, which actually does meaningful damage later on when you do have a decent amount of marks. It is just really OP to go Red Smite as champion, and this usually I go Red Smite whenever I trust my team, and that's good in that game. Okay, let me go back. So here, they're contesting Raptor, which is standard, it's fun, and he has to flash here. I don't think he needed the flash right away, but I feel like I guess he's just playing slow. Because Tilly did decide to move instead of playing for the wave. So now Syndra, while he was playing the wave the whole time, now he's able to actually reliably move. And Trundle can't really just play for the Raptor camp easily. Otherwise he would take too much damage. And they're gonna pull it out here, and you see how their ball lane has first move, because again, they dictate the lane. Syndra can't really die here to a combo, so he plays for this, gets the mark, and now he is 2 marks at 4 minutes, which is insane tempo-wise. And now here, already, I was like, wow. I would do exactly the same thing as he did, and this is something I've taught to players. And now all you have to do is literally full clear all the way up, and then play for Dragon, because you will have upgraded smite over him. So you're gonna see, he's gonna just go back to his camps. He's not gonna waste his time. We're gonna play very standard. You know, if voice columns ever get introduced in League, you can easily replicate this if you have advantageous matchups in your game. So it would feel very nice to play Kindred with voice comms, maybe, if the people do want to win. And you can see he's going to clear all the way up. He's not going to waste his time. You see we have a crab that's going to spawn bot side. Very lucky for him that everything's going his way. Literally everything that you want to happen is happening for the Kindred. And I'm like, holy shit, he's going to carry this game. He's going to be so strong in this game just because of, it's like RNG, but like, you know, not all of it was RNG. You know, the Raptor invade is something that he knows he can do. The crabs are RNG, obviously. Now he's going to recall here. He has smite advantage on the Trundle, just because he stole camps. And he's going to play towards the bot crab, which will mark. And then he's going to force the dragon, because he can. Because he has both mid and bot push. And you can easily do this in solo queue, sometimes. Just by looking at your lanes, it's more common for this to happen, you know, Master GM Plus, because people usually will play for jungle a decent amount in these elos. But you can easily replicate this in lower elo. I used to play in lower elo accounts. I would do the same thing with my team. You just have to ping a lot more and communicate it to them, and they will definitely follow a lot of the time. A lot of people are sheep at the end of the day when they play. They just want to win, and you will usually listen to the guy calling. Not everyone's a leader when they play. But jungle role, support role are really easy to be leaders on. And now what he's going to do is going to full clear all the way up. There's no need for him to do anything because he's a scaling champion. He just wants to play for his first item. So he's going to clear all the way up. Your ball is going to swap for the grubs. This is something that has been happening at MSI. You just swap here. Even though your quest is not completed, there's actually a quest, what's like the best term? Actually, the term. But like, if you lane for a while, there's like a time where you can leave for like a minute, and it's like okay for your quest. Usually it's like best at around 9 minutes, but it's still fun to do right now if you're able to get plates and grubs, because you get quest points from all that. And you see here that Trundle is invading the Kindred, which is normal, and he ults. I think Owner did a bit too much here. I feel like he should have just taken the flash, in my opinion, here, and just hit the red here. I don't know why he played for more. I think it's really troll of him. And he ends up dying. And now the game's just over. To me, the game is just straight up over, because he gets a kill, which is really insane. Getting one kill, especially two, you get your trophies very early. Very, very early. And he gets a mark, his fourth mark, and at 8 minutes, which is absolutely absurd. You usually don't see that quite often. Usually, I would say getting your fourth mark might take around 12 minutes to like 14, 15 minutes. But he has it at 8 minutes, so now his clear is very fast. He's very accelerated. And now he can literally do whatever he wants in this game. Now you see, he's grouping with his ballin. And he's gonna probably play for one grub real fast. Guess he can. And he's happy with that. Because he got the dragon, he doesn't care. Game is good. You know, dragon is a lot more OP than grubs. You should always treat grubs as a drawing camp. Like the first one you can take. And then the other ones are just a waste of time. Unless you have nothing to do. He recalled. And he almost has Triforce. He bought Null Magic. Which is pretty chill. Because they do have a decent amount of magic damage on their comp. Holy shit. This was like, yeah, pretty nice. Seraphine. Okay, this guy was happy. Holy shit. And now we're playing for the Raptor camp again. And you see, this is one way of snowballing. Even though he only has one kill, he's up 700 gold. That's not one kill. That's all the camps he's been stealing. Crabs. This is how you get lead without necessarily killing your opponents. If you can kill your opponent, it's always really good. But you don't always... That's not the only way to snowball in League of Legends. You know, small wins can always build up and be big advantages later on, over time. And now here, this is the clear where he will end up getting his Triforce. So, let's just speed it up. Very slow game, which is what Kindred does like. He likes a bit like in the middle, you know, bit fast, bit slow, and it's fun. Just like Kha'zix too. Kha'zix also likes a more controlled, stable game. Sometimes a bit slow, and then when he wants to play fast, he can do it himself in his own on his own timer. He's gonna base here. He's gonna buy full Triforce, and then he's gonna play hard bot side. And now he's very, very OP. Also, should check what runes he ran. I didn't check. I know he has PTA and Inspiration, but I don't know what he took in Inspiration. I'm just gonna assume he took Cosmic, just because it's standard. But he could easily have taken Jack of all trades if he wanted to. But we all can see he has free boots for sure. And now you see, like they just played ball side. They played together. There's ball in, which is very standard, and then he's gonna pull the dragon. Very standard. You can do this on other champions too, but you know they don't have marks, so that minus the marks. And the game is already, like, to me the game is won because you're Ash surfing Kindred, scaling. Nothing bad's happening to you guys. Kindred's also scaling. So, and you counter the enemy comp, you just win. And this go happens. Holy shit, game is good. He bases here, probably buys Merc Treads, buys a pink. Oh wow, how did I know? Because I would do pretty much the exact same thing. You might as well base, clear these camps, and then do something. Because these guys are already on the map, like your team. You don't want to be completely distinct from them. So you base, get your item buy. Because if you keep clearing, you're gonna get like an extra longsword. Like who the fuck cares? Like just get your Merc Treads, get a pink, get on the map. So he's gonna look to be very proactive after he does his clear. I think in this game state, you can only hit the tower really. So you just go group with your Ash Seraphine. You just hit the shit. You just hit the tower. You can go play with like your team, get poked in bits. You just do something until your next set of camps come up. And because they already have 2 Drakes, they just have to play the game slow till the next Drake. Just play for small advantages. Get chunks, plates, get summers if you can, and then be ready for the next objective, which is actually Herald, which is spawning very soon. Now I'm gonna play this crab. I mean, Owner is just completely homeless just because of like the nature of his champion. And now they get out, and now again another camp. He has 1 kill, but he's up 1.2k gold. And this whole sequence happens. I don't think anyone dies here. Do you think he played this bit safe? I do feel like he could play a bit more aggressive, but he might need to be forced to burn ults. But you know, it's already enough. You know, they already pushed them out pretty much. And now they're going to the Heralds. Well, it's just okay. Now he's gonna base. And now he's gonna open towards bot. He's gonna do his bot camps. He goes Collector second this game. Most people will go Hex Optics, but yeah. Collector is very OP on this champion. It also is very easy for him to clean up kills because people will get chunked by Rumble ult, Syndra combo into ult, so it's very easy to get Collector procs in this game. I know a lot of people are haters of this item, but you gotta understand, like, certain items on certain champions have very, very, very good synergy. Like, some champions really love PD, some champions really love Collector, some champions really love Kraken, and like other champions that are like Kraken is suboptimal on, like they're not as strong as the ones that are like very OP with them. You know, that's just how items work in this game. So people who hate on Collector, like, don't hate on it too much. You know, like, it's a very good item. It's a very good build path. Has a very good use. It helps you kill champions that might live with 1 HP. It's actually unironically good into tanks, because sometimes tanks will live 1 HP a lot, and usually you will go Last Whisper after your Collector. Very, very standard to do, or to build. IE is very fake on this champ. IE second, IE third is really trash on this champion. You rather have more pen, more armor pen in general. Last Whisper second is not bad, but it's not necessary. You only really need the Last Whisper itself, not the full Lord Dominating So Mortal. And you see here, he did his camps, he's just grouping with his team. He's gonna chunk. And now the Drake is pretty much theirs because he got a good chunk. And they're gonna keep going, still playing with his ball in. And you know, these games where you have CC like this, like you should be grateful for those games because not always in solo queue you have comps where they have CC. Like it could be just 5 idiots with no CC just playing for themselves. So like be happy when you have CC on your team and take advantage of it when you play with it. If you can, of course. Every comp needs some kind of crowd control to play the game. And now you get third Drake. And now usually when you get the third Drake matters a lot because it buys a lot of time. If let's say T1 got this Drake, they have 5 minutes to scale. It's not even a solo point for BLG. But you know, BLG gets this Drake. Now T1 is at constant pressure that okay, next Dragon Soul. Do we give? Do we fight? Like they have to constantly think about it. It pressures them mentally a bit. I'm sure it pressures them a bit, just like as much as it pressures us too. Even though these guys are like world champions, right? Like I'm sure it has somewhat of the same effect, maybe not as much, but a little bit. Because you know, if one team gets solo, usually it's a very bad. It could be very bad for the game. And now he's just clearing his camps, playing a very slow game. I'm just gonna speed it up because you know they're playing a very controlled game or like disciplined. I think this guy died 1v1. Yeah, you got shit on, I guess. I'll play it. I mean, I think it's a boot stuff because he has Swifties and he has Merc Threat, so he tanks a lot more damage. Or he tanked a lot of damage, so. Like, he should be pretty much dead if he didn't have Mercs. Because he's Mercs plus, like, the Archangel Shield, which is pretty insane. See? Spawn wants to fight. He's here. He plays with them. Play together. Now he's gonna Herald. Very simple. I mean, you can do the same thing in solo queue too. And I bet if you watch my stream at DSML, I'll be doing the same thing because this is how you want to play Kindred. You are a marksman, of course. Oh my god, he pillared the... Wait, it still crashed. Oh my god, it bugged. Bruh. I mean, whatever, like... Oh. Get out of there. I think I fell asleep here. I forgot what happened in this 2 minutes. I mean, they're chasing this guy. I mean, he should die, I think. I mean, ult into E. Oh, he missed. They're doing the Baron. There's 2. They get off. They can't really finish it. Recall. He's gonna have his Collector. And now you just want to like make sure you can pressure the game. You also have Soul coming up, so make sure we have tempo for that. Yeah, Collector, 2 pink buy. We have Red Smite. Pretty strong. You also have 5 marks, which is not bad. I think he got to like 8 marks this game, or 7. Now he has no camps, so he's going to group, get some control. He wants to play for his bot tower. This bot tower should not be up when you're up. When you're just ahead, these tier 1 towers, you should play for them if you can. Especially the side you're playing on. Like if you're playing bot side and the tier 1 tower is still up and you're extremely ahead, yeah, you're doing something wrong. It should for sure be played for. You always want to try to play for something on every cycle, whether it's like vision, tower, objective, camps. You always want to play for something. No lie, the Ashalt is kind of trash in my opinion, because even if it hit, I don't see how they can even do anything off that. And now this is the classic T1 Baron pull. If you guys do watch competitive, you know like T1, they just love pulling Baron. Quite a lot actually. They just like pressure the enemy team. It's because they think it's their best play that they can do in the current moments. Which is understandable, they are losing this game, and he gets the Baron steal. They'll play to him. It's pretty easy, like simple, not a lie. Because they are just straight winning this game. And now he's gonna go get his mark, go do the Drake. Like I flash respected. This is okay. And he's gonna do the Drake, he has 7 marks. The next mark would be the Krug respawn. Boom. What up? I guess base got stopped. Okay. Rage baits. And the game is pretty much going to end very soon because they are very strong. He's going IE here. He doesn't need to go Last Whisper in this game because they have a 0 armor. And they have a lot of mixed damage to where it's really hard for them to just like itemize armor on their team. So he's allowed to go IE because of how fed he is. If he was behind, he would probably go Mortal or even LDR this game, which is understandable. But yeah, this is the only time where I would say IE is completely fine because you have a lot of mixed damage and it's really hard for them to itemize armor. Trundle is buying 0 armor, so IE would do a lot of damage. I mean, to be honest, personally, I would still buy Last Whisper, but like, to be fair, it doesn't matter what he builds in this game state. He can literally go for one buy with Sen or Bork, and like he will still win this game. You can buy Hex Optics if you too. I think Hex Optics Collector combo is very OP. Very nice combo. You see how here he W's for the Red Smites proc. It's just one way to get a little bit of HP. If you know you won't be fighting anytime soon, you can use your W like that to poke out enemy champions a little bit. Maybe it helps your teammate land an ability. You see here he's using his W to poke out even a little bit of HP. I mean, if he does get a slow, you know, his Syndra or Ashe or Seraphine can like follow up on the slow. He's moving around, and then he's probably going to W again. See here. And they're going to hit the Trundle, front to back. Ooh, he crit there actually. Holy shit. I'm pretty sure he did, yeah. And now they pretty much win the game. Like, I mean, it's a very simple game, but this is what like you kind of want to strive for when you play Kindred. You want the game to ideally. I mean, you can play chaotic games too, but like this is what a stable game should look like. And it's very replicable in solo queue too. Maybe not as perfect sometimes. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But it's definitely replicable. And it's something that I teach in general to people I coach on this champion. And yeah, they beat T1 in best of 5. You know, it's something. You know, T1 never loses to LPL teams, especially at Worlds, but they do lose to BLG quite a lot actually in MSI. I don't know. I feel like at Worlds they lock in, but MSI like I don't know. It's like hard to say. But this is their golden road though, BLG. If you do win this tournament, they're closer and closer to the golden road because they want first strike, not first strike, first stand. They want their own region, and if they win this, you know, they go win their region again, and then you know win Worlds. And I don't know if EWC counts, but I don't think it does. Maybe it does. I'm actually not sure. But yeah, they have the golden road. Hopefully, dude, I'm excited to watch them play again. I mean, I think this is the. I guess Kanavi can play Kindred too. Kanavi and June from the top of my head, and the whole tournament are probably going to be the only two that would potentially play this champion. I don't think Skumon would play it. I don't think. I mean, maybe he could. Maybe he might. I'm not sure. But I feel like if we're going to see a Kindred game at International over this MSI, it can only be June or Kanavi. I don't see anyone else picking this champion. But yeah, usually it will show, if Kindred is ever picked, it will always show game 5, like most likely. Sometimes game 4, but usually game 5. It's very, like this champion is very, very strong in game 5. Because a lot of champions are out that kind of counter her. And usually you usually lack damage, they fear sometimes. And having a champion like Kindred, who's a marksman, who is actually like decently tanky, if you go Triforce and if you want to go Green Smite, is able to actually play the game. Let's go to this because I want to look at their runes. I want to look at his runes in game 5, right? That's like what I'm trying to do for you guys. This is the site that you can use. June, get here. Press the attack, triumph, alacrity, coup. A lot of people are like, Kaido, why don't you go cut down? I'm telling you right now, cut down is useless on Kindred. The synergy you have with Ku is insane with their kits, and 2 cut down value doesn't actually really show till 18-20 minutes. It does not. It's really useless. It's 5 HP, adapt towards attack speed, reboots Cosmic. Boom. Just like me, I would probably do the same thing if I play competitive. PTA or Conquer are her best runes. Lethal Temple to me is a complete gimmick, honestly. I think it requires a lot. It requires a lot more conditions to make work compared to PTA and Conqueror. And yeah, always take Alacrity, always take Triumph, and take Coup. Coup is very OP on this champion for a reason. Never take Cut Down, never take Last Stand. Secondary runes are preference, but you should probably take magical footwear all the time with either Cosmic or Jack of all trades. You do have to buy Triforce when you do play Jack of all trades, so keep that in mind, and you do have to build a bit weird. But yeah, usually Cosmic is very nice. It does help with the Cosmic, your Flash. Your Flash does matter a lot, especially when you're playing a marksman champion. Usually something that they do run frequently. So, you know, if you guys enjoy this video, let me know down in the comments below. I can do maybe other kind of commentaries or like reviews of like competitive games, or just like even Kindred content in general. I know I'm like pretty much the only one who does premium content on this champion. And also make sure to check out the site kaido.com, as there will be guides being released very soon. Kindred, Kha'zix, Graves, Belloth, Talon, all these champions, like a lot of champions in the jungle. Where I have a full team working around on that. If you guys want coaching, you can get on the sites. Either way, thank you for your support, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope to see you guys in my stream. You know, maybe I'll notice you, or just keep watching the videos and keep learning. Have a good day, and peace.